What up, gang? How you guys doing today? Sup. Jesse, TML, Vernati, Abus, Raven, Contrad. Good to see you guys, man. Ergonomic, Ron and Rye Guy. Oh, geez. How you guys doing? Jesse, Zach, Discipline Futures Trader, my man. What's up, man? K Coop, Trader WW. What up? Preppy. Smart Entry Trading. What is up, my man? KT Note. What up? Anyone catch this long on the NQ? Solid retracement. I'm actually watching this area right now. This is like I have a reason to short here actually right now, and I'm contemplating right now if I want to take a stab at it, which I'm probably gonna take a stab at it actually.
Order filled.
I'm gonna take a stab with my alpha futures, and I'm gonna put the stop loss at the high of day. Probably around, actually a little higher than the high day. I'm gonna do it at 820. So I'm entering at 798. I'm gonna put the stop loss at 26. 826 is where I'm gonna put my stop loss. I'm gonna take a stab at this. As usual, gang, I will go through my trade review. I'm just gonna let the gang kind of roll in first and foremost before I go through that, but I am in a short at the moment. I'll show the forecast. I'll show you the trade position as well. So 798. Where's that? 798 is about right here. And so I have my stop loss about right there. I would like to see if we can get 2R on the trade. I'll show you the trade that I have right now. Give me 1 second. I gotta change the screen here. There you go. That's the trade I have going on right now. So hopefully you guys can see that I changed up some of my little screen settings to hopefully show this a little bit better. But so my stop loss is up here, as you guys can see, exactly where I showed my forecast. This is my entry point right at the moment. I'm looking for us to tag 746.5. 746.5. So that's about right here. We'll see if we get follow through. I don't know if we will, but I'm willing to take a stab at this. It's a lot of buying volume coming in though at the moment though. So I may got stopped out actually pretty fast here. I was not expecting that.
Stop filled.
Yeah, I got stopped out really fast actually on that one. So I'm not sure where that buying volume came from just now, because that's a lot of activity out of nowhere there actually. So the reason why I wanted to take a short there, by the way, guys, is because we had a first 15-minute kind of bearish candle forming right beneath my spot that I was looking for. But it looks like we got that bought up pretty damn quick actually. So I'm going to see what we do here with this next candle, actually. Throughout this entire uptrend so far, we actually haven't had a lot of red 15-minute candles. And so the fact that we formed that 15-minute candle in an area of resistance that I was watching, that's kind of the reason why I want to take it. All good, though. We'll take the L on that one for now. We'll reset and see if we've got another position here. you guys are doing good though, man. We'll do a trade review in about like 10 minutes here, gang. I was in longs earlier on, and I'll kind of cover off why I was looking for longs and why I was looking for a retracement. We've actually come up to exactly where I wanted us to go to, so I'm very content with that. Yeah, absolutely. There's some pretty key areas here. This area that we're in right now is actually this was a big structure point area of resistance before where we are right now. So I was kind of looking for us to kind of come back down after coming tagging this area. We also, just so you guys are aware, this black line I have drawn here, I'll see if you guys can see it. This black line here, this is the 50% retracement on the daily candle that we just had. So I am looking for us to come down from here. I just didn't expect the buying candle that came out of nowhere there. So we'll see if we actually do, or if you know what, if we continue to break and rise further from here, then power to the longs, man. Power to the longs. If that's the case, like if we do manage to get follow through, I do think it's very viable for us to continue to move towards the level here above us, but we'll see. I wouldn't be too eager, Beaver, to jump into anything else at the moment though. That first original short stab that I took was based on a 15-minute bearish candle forming beneath an area of interest that I had. Yeah, I want to hop on for the gang. I know some of you guys were asking if I was going to stream tonight. Yeah, I'll still be on. I don't think there's going to be anything tomorrow, but I want to still at least hop on with the gang and chat, even if we're going to... Maybe we shoot the shits tonight, who knows? We'll see what we got, right? I was longs earlier on one of my other accounts already, which I already closed my position out. I closed it when we got up here around the 29.7 area. I closed that position out already. So now I'm kind of just watching. I'm not interested in longing any more from here, to be honest, just because we've retraced half the move that we wiped from yesterday's New York session. So I'd rather wait, to be honest. You're looking for 850, yeah? We'll see. We'll see. Let's see if we can get there for you, Zach. Yeah, low liquidity is going to have these like random pop candles as well, for sure, no doubt. The weather in Vancouver, it was raining. It was raining all day today, basically. Yeah, gold had a pretty big move up too. Is it ranging now? I haven't looked. Yeah, see, even on gold, right, we can see here there were a lot of levels, and I had an area of interest at 41.97 as well. And it really looks like it wants to hold this area. Well, everything is really ugly right now. PA is whack. Update on your Lucid Max accounts. Are you getting used to Rhythmic, or is it still giving you problems? Man, I don't know when the last time. I guess maybe it's been a while since you kind of chatted online here. Those Lucid Max accounts that I had funded, I already blown them already. So I only have like one left essentially, which is basically the brink of destruction. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to come back from that. Rhythmic Pro is very difficult for me, I find. So I haven't put a lot of attention towards it. As of lately, I've just been kind of focusing on my TPT Pro accounts. I've been focusing on some of my Top Step accounts that I have, and then also some of these Alpha Future ones that I have built up, right? I'm also been trialing a new prop firm that's coming out here soon. I was literally playing around with it all day today. giving feedback on it and just all that type of stuff. But nah, man, overall, that's what I've got so far. This is the best time for a trade, bro. Family asleep. I guess that depends on who you talk to, but yes. Are you looking to trade short on pullback? Yeah, I'll go through trade review in a bit, gang. As of right now, I do want us to see if we can kind of break back beneath this channel area and break the structure beneath us to take a short and maybe wait for maybe a break and retest would be even better. I honestly, like, if you're not in longs already, I wouldn't honestly be looking for longs right now. It's a little too late. I feel like if I take a long right now, I'm definitely chasing, which is why I don't want to do it. No visual. The market closes, I believe, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow. Don't quote me on that, though. I'm just thinking that I'm pretty sure it is. I know a lot of people are not trading tomorrow, though. Stop loss poppy. I haven't seen anything specific, but yeah, nothing. I haven't seen any crazy deals that have come out yet. Nothing that's already nothing that's not already in the market. You think we're overall bearing or going up for the night? Was thinking of leaving runner until the AM. I think we're here. I mean, I could be wrong, right? I mean, again, we can't really predict the markets. For me, a part of me thinks that this is the spot now. Like we're at the area where I'm comfortable shorting. Like this entire time on the NQ chart when it was making these pullbacks, I had no interest in shorting. Like none of this I was willing to short. And I made that comment because I was on a student one-on-one earlier today, and we were talking about the setup that was here, and I had made the comment like, you know what, I'm looking for us to retrace the move that we lost. And I was looking for us to come all the way back up to this channel up here that we have and this 50% retracement. So I'd be very content, you know, where I am now with longs if I were still in them. I'm not in them anymore. So, but that's what I'm also making the comment that if anyone's asking, Alan, would you long here? I wouldn't. I mean, even if it rockets and you might say, hey, Alan, I told you so. I told you so. This is where to long. Based on how I trade, I would not be longing this right now. It's for me, that's too much already, right? And I don't have a good enough entry for us to take. If we like broke out of this area, came back down and showed that this could be the new floor for a higher low, then sure. But yeah, I'm really not interested in longs at the moment, man. Yeah, this 50-minute candle is looking to close strong, but we have the next minute here, right? Anything can happen in this 1 minute. If this 1 minute, if that turns our 15-minute candle and our 5-minute candle into like a bearish bar that takes out the prior bars, then again, I'm interested in shorts. Doesn't mean I'm going to jump into it immediately. It just makes me interested in it. And just remember, guys, I say this a lot too, right? Just because there's not a long, when I say that I don't want a long here, it doesn't necessarily mean I want a short here either. I'm simply saying that I don't feel good about longing, and I don't feel good about shorting. But I would, if you're asking me what am I like stalking for, I would like to see a break of structure for shorts right now. But if not, then the only way I can take longs is if we do a break and retest at the highs. Yeah, so that's kind of my 2 cents on it right now. Right, guy, when did you take the short trade? Was that like earlier on tonight? Top stuff gonna do daily payout? I don't know, man. Honestly, I'm not a fan of all the things they've been doing, even though I still have their accounts. It's so hard, man. I feel like they're really clipping you at the heels and like limiting the capability for us as traders and what we can achieve with those accounts, right? Like I feel like I wish we could do more, you know? That's the reason why I like any prop firm. Like I get it, you know, in any business, a prop firm is going to need to obviously have the necessities to stay alive. So they obviously can't be completely trader friendly. There has to be some edge to their side so they can make money off the prop firm as a business, right? But for me personally, I still would rather work with a prop firm that at least offers a product that makes it, user friendly to trade with. That's the reason why I like Tradeify, because I like their select plans. I like Lucid because I like their flex plans, right? Just because you have the capability to be able to take advantage of that. Like TPT, it sucks that there's intraday trailing drawdown, but I like the daily payout function of it, right? I like how it functions in that regard, and the price that you're paying for. I mean, in the end of the day, you're paying what, like, with the 40% discount with code RAKE, you're basically doing what, $216 for a 150K account. Like, with all that drawdown, that's pretty awesome, right? So, or you can even go for cheaper ones for $100. So, trade in futures, first time here. Hey man, welcome to Project 365. I'm actually gonna go through the trade review in about 2 minutes here. The question about, am I a full-time day trader? I guess I am. And I say I guess I kind of am because I do look at the markets every day. I trade when I have opportunity to trade. But is this my only thing? No, I'm a business consultant. I work with restaurant entrepreneurs across the country. That's kind of primarily where my bread and butter is. This is my secondary thing that I do. What's up, Pete? May show your fib configuration. What fib configuration? I don't trade Fibonacci retracements, so I'm not really too sure what you mean by that, Nefson. Yeah, Bass Main. I mean, they keep changing. I mean, again, as a business, they have to. They're doing it because they're having challenges. That's why they're doing it, right? What about gold chart? I haven't gone to that yet. I'm going to do a chart review with you guys right now. Just because we're here, it's 10:17. I will catch up on the chat in just a bit here, gang. Just because I want to get the start because it's already 10:17. And honestly, we'll see with the night offers, man. Like, will I stay all the way to midnight? Maybe. But honestly, if the price action is like so dull and we don't have a lot of conversations with the group, then I might call it quits a little early tonight. But we'll see. We'll see what the night offers. I definitely want to do some giveaways tonight. I realized I didn't do my usual thing. 25K growth account Tradeify giveaway. Let's get 200 thumbs up here to get the ball rolling, guys. If the price actions can be slow, at least let's get some account giveaways, right? So let's go through the chart review right now, guys. As always, I'll go into the weekly time frame first, and we'll go from there. What makes it very tricky right now, guys, I don't know if you guys noticed, but this weekly bar right now is actually showing as if it's already the next week. Like, this weekly bar is technically for the week of July 6th. So it's definitely really tripping us out. I'm not going to view it as that. I'm going to still look at this weekly bar and pretend as if we're still part of this weekly bar right here at the moment. So as you guys heard me say already, for the past week here, we've been kind of in range, and we still kind of are, right? So there's no definitive aspect of whether we're going to go up or down. I made the comment earlier before the market even opened that as I looked at the chart here, I was looking at, we can see that we're looking at a daily pennant right now and we're squeezing. So price can go any direction. This upward move for me kind of made sense because I was looking at this as, on the daily perspective, it looked like we were kind of bouncing the trend line, right? And kind of making our move back up. But assuming that we can make our way back up here, there's a very good chance we can come right back down as well. So at this point in time, my thought process coming in today was I was expecting a move up because of the fact that we bounced the trend line. And I was expecting that if a safe spot to think about shorting would be the area that we're in right now, which is basically the halfway point of the day bar that we lost over yesterday's New York session. Now, if we break past that, break and retest enough strength, then maybe we can continue to move further up and kind of like squeeze into this pennant that we've got going on the daily time frame. On the hourly, you can always still see as well, like pretty much after we failed the hourly sell bar that we had here. Since then, after we basically, once we broke above the structure, we were basically clear skies to long from here on out, right? So you can see here that we did test the bottom of my channel here, just a little bit past it on the wick. before we started making this move up. And again, as always, I'm going to go over all of the channels of reference points and how we could have traded from yesterday coming in today. I'll talk about that as I always do with the gang. But I definitely did, you know, there were some really key setups, and I don't know if you guys know, and maybe I'll let you guys put in the chat if you guys know what reference point I'm talking about, but I had a key reference point, and it's been on my chart all week long. And if you traded New York today, you would have absolutely made bank on that reference point. So take a look at it. You'll see in a little bit here later on what I'm referring to. But if you guys can take a guess right now what I'm talking about, type it in the chat which reference point I'm referring to. But anyways, so this is where I'm like, I think that this is a good area, like I said, too short if we're going to. If we manage to put an hourly sell bar within the next 40 minutes here, I think there's a very good possibility we could start moving back down again. And that's kind of where my mindset is at right now when it comes to this specific chart setup, okay? Go into the smaller time frame here as well. So you can already see here, we are starting to pull from that retracement spot. Do you guys see that? Yes, it may have spiked me out earlier, but it looks like, you know, again, maybe too early to tell. I wouldn't get my hopes up here right now. But if we, in this 15-minute bar, if we can engulf our prior bars, which basically means within the next 15 minutes, I would like for us to close beneath the wicks here. That would be a good start for potential shorts, right? So anyways, so there's that, right? And then I'm going to switch the screen up a little bit here because I have resetted my charts already. So I moved some levels and I moved some channels around, but I purposely saved a layout just so I can do this chart review with you guys and talk about what happened yesterday. So let me open up another one here. I called it, what did I call this? I changed the layout. I called it streaming trade review. There you go. This was the one that I was referring to. So now I'm going to go back in time and talk about some areas. So you notice that right now in this new chart setup, I don't have the Fibonacci retracement here because I didn't put any of that stuff there. This is the old chart that I'm working off of. So I want to now go back and refer to that spot that I was talking about earlier, okay? So if you think about the Globex Asia session, right? You can see here that after we came down here, and you can see we did respect our areas quite well. If you guys remember, I think it was around here, yeah. Right before I hopped off stream yesterday, I made a comment that I was going to take a short trade, a break and retest of this 30,007 area. You guys saw me take that short trade, right? You guys saw me take that short trade based on that break and retest, right? Which obviously played out well for us here. And originally, if you guys remember, I longed on that account and then I lost that trade. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to flip the shorts because now my break and retest thought process. Oh, sorry. Thank you, TML. I didn't realize my image was blocking that. My apologies. This was a new chart review setup. That's why. Give me a second. Let me pull this out. Thank you for calling me out on that. There you go. Thank you again. Sorry. So as I was mentioning earlier, right? So you can kind of see that now. We did end up going down. And so now that TPT account I had now it's already basically passed now. So I just need to flip micros again on it. So again, I'm basically lining up another batting average because as you guys know, out of the last time I passed those 5 funded, some stupid stuff happened. I won't even go through the motion of the ocean again here, but I'm looking to rebuild some of those back over the course of this next week here, which I'm almost there already. I literally have 5 50K evals all ready to go. I just need to flip micros for 2 more days and I'm good to go. But we can see here that we did come back down. We had a nice double bottom here. I wouldn't have taken this, to be perfectly honest, just because I didn't have enough reference point for me to have wanted to take that. But nevertheless, it was there, right? And then afterwards, you can see here, there were some short opportunity here again, right? Off the 200 EMA, off that same 30,007 spot again, right? But after we came down here and we started showing support, this is definitely where I would have longed over the London session. And the reason why is because, and you guys could probably see as I'm showing this, what was once resistance is now turning into support. And so that flip of resistance to support offered a nice setup for us to take to the upside, which essentially, as you can see, moved all the way up. Now, I told you guys to take a guess. So I'm going to take a look to see if you guys know what area I was talking about. I'm just going to read through the chat here quickly. Oh, I just realized. Bass guitar. Got it. Bass main. I got you, brother. Mugs, yeah. I have another account. I have another account that's that position on the earlier the alpha futures was a different one that was a fresh entry. So what is this? Okay, so no one. I know there was an 88. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if anyone else can guess it. Okay, so that's right. The 3288 spot was what I was looking for. So we've had this spot on our chart all week long. You guys know that now. You guys know that. I've been talking about it all week. And so you can see here that we came up, we had a nice double top. So not only was a key reference point that I had on my chart all week, it also mimicked our pre-market highs. So that double top offered a great short opportunity. And this is a good example of why I don't move price to break even. Because I can say right now that if let's just say we had this rejection here and I wanted to then take a short position here. Let's just say I entered a short here over the New York session and use the candle high there as my stop loss. Imagine if I move my stop to break even. You would have had this full move down, what about 100 points? Now, a part of you might have been like, I would have taken the 100 points and I would have ran with it, Alan. Totally good. That would have been fine too. But if you were a trader that was looking to trim, hold, look for the bigger move, moving your stop loss to break even would have basically taken you out here, right? So that's where the risk obviously would have been with this trade if you would have taken that. But nevertheless, so you can see here, we put in a 2-minute lower high right at the 3235 area. And from there on out, we just sank. I mean, obviously, I didn't trade the New York session today, just because as usual, family, business, all that type of stuff, but solid move to the downside, right? And then even then, solid move to the downside. You can see here that even the channel, this area that we had, it acted as a nice little support before we continued to rail much lower than that. If you guys remember these two double white lines, you might have to look back at later in like the past few streams, but this area was a spot that we were looking at, and you can see here that it did offer a nice lower high short trade opportunity. And again over here, right, before we kind of came back up. So anyways, hopefully that kind of like, makes sense in terms of why I always say that even if you can't trade at this moment in time with me based on the reference points I have, save them, because I think that it might serve value for you a little bit later on at another time. Anyway, so yeah, so now we're here, right? Yeah, we're just playing games here now. we're just totally playing games here. So let's just see. I'm gonna move back to my other chart now to see what we're going on. Yeah, that 50% retracement spot is like an absolute ball buster right now. We put a 5-minute hanging man candle in just now as well, up here on the top right hand corner of my screen. You can't see the bottom right hand because that's where my camera is here, but 50-minute isn't closed just yet. So we'll see what we do here, man. I don't want to get trigger happy here. I mean, the bear in me wants to hop into shorts right now, but I'm not about to do that with my alpha futures again, since I already took a $500 loss on that last trade that we just took there. Anyways, yeah, so there's that. And I just realized, sorry, I went through this whole chart review and I didn't even introduce myself properly. My name's Alan, by the way, guys. For all the new guys that are here, my name's Alan. Azheng Trades here, as you can see in my sweater. And those who have been around long enough, I know Vernati started off the chat today by saying the Uchiha gang. My trade name used to be Uchiha Trades. I changed it mainly because as I started building a presence in the space, I realized that I probably don't want to have a trademark issue at any point in the future. So Uchiha is not claimed. It's not mine. It's claimed by something else already, which is one of my favorite animes I watched growing up. So anyways, there's that. And so anyways, I'm the pre-London host. I'm one of the pre-London hosts here. And so we have Ron G that streams Asia session. I stream this pre-London session, which is 10 p.m. to midnight Pacific Standard Time. Then we have Jake Ritchie, who opens up the New York session, which I don't believe he's streaming tomorrow, though. And we also have Lamelli and we have Mitch that trades the afternoon session. But with the 4th of July, I believe potentially I might be one of the last streamers. I think Lamelli might still hop on tomorrow. We'll see. I mean, I'm pretty sure I saw his pre-schedule set up. So you will still catch him tomorrow, even if you don't catch Jake tomorrow. But yeah, that's kind of a little bit about us. We stream 5 days a week, 6 days a week. And for a lot of us, that's 10 hours a day from Sunday all the way till Friday, sometimes even the next Saturday if Jake decides to hop on and do some trade reviews or what have you, right? So I guess I want to highlight that with you guys, because wherever you are from around the world, whether you're in Europe, whether you're in Asia, wherever you are, I think we've got the time zones covered off quite nicely. And all of us are all different traders, right? I have my style of trading. All of us foundationally have the Rate Trades Mastermind foundation, but all of us are slightly different. You know, Mitch, he's got his edge when it comes to trading with Gamma. We got Lamelli, he's got a mixture of ICT in there. You got myself, right? And then Jake is Jake. I mean, Jake is the rate trade system, right? So, and Ron G as well, right? He's got the rate trade system, but even he's also adjusted how he marks his levels and all those kind of things. So we've got a lot to offer for a lot of you guys. So definitely, if it's your first time here, drop a like and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, but it makes things a lot better for us. It means a lot to us as well. And honestly, and this is the reason why I know some people think like, you know, they always ask like, oh, why are you always trying to farm for thumbs up on the stream? Honestly, the reality is that it doesn't cost you guys anything, but the way the algorithm works on YouTube is that the more people that like our streams, the more likely people are going to be able to see us. And I think we do have something great to offer the whole community as a whole, right? So hence why I make the comment that I make. So let's get that going. I'm prepared to give away multiple accounts again tonight, guys. And we're going to start that off with a 25K. There's about 343 of you guys on stream right now. So let's get that, let's get those thumbs up going, man. With the 100 thumbs up right now, those are rookie numbers, guys. Those are rookie numbers. Got to catch up in the chat now again. Your Texas account? Pete, you're funny, bud. Trading futures. Yeah, great question. I get this question asked a lot, both inside and outside. I actually met someone today at a university because we're kind of interested. I don't know if she's on the stream today because I did tell her to tune in, but you know, I will never give up what I do. I love what I do. Like my business and what I do, I don't treat it as a job. It's a passion. I look at it as it aligns with my values. I'm contributing to a bigger cause. I'm helping with youth development, growing people, all of that stuff, right? So I will never leave my job. To be honest, believe it or not, I would leave trading before I would leave business. And it's because trading is for me, business is for the community, right? And I say that because there's a lot of people that I can help with in growing their business, helping people's dreams come reality, you know, helping build the economy, all those kind of things, right? So anyways, I don't want to go too deep into that, but trading futures, that to answer your question though, yeah, I'm not going to give up my job anytime soon. And if you're a first-time follower, you probably don't realize, but I had a killer year last year, and I'm still doing this because, again, I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, man, we're having a hard time. You know, this is the tough part. At this point in time, if you take a short, it just becomes very risky. I do like shorts in this area, but we're just holding. We're not getting follow through. So, Sam Gray, I like the 200 EMA on the 2-minute time frame. That's my favorite. For Natty on the Alpha Futures, it's 4 accounts, but yes. But otherwise, no. Just for you guys, for the new guys, by the way, I don't copy trade normally. This whole experiment that I'm doing with Alpha Futures, that's the only thing that I'm using to copy trade at the moment. I do not copy trade. I am an individual account trader, and I do that because as a retail trader trading small caps and options for majority of my trading career, prop firms were never part of my path in the past. So I like to stick to the idea of trading individually, and I like it for my mentals. To each their own. I have students that copy trade, and they absolutely kill it. But I'm okay not copy trading. What is that yellow level on the chart? I don't know when you asked that question. Prethisham? I don't know when you asked that question. Could you clarify? I don't know if you still see the yellow line or not right now. Britt Martin. I don't know what time zone you're in, though. It is late for me. How come that loss of yours does not have any carryover effect like double down now? Randy, your question about carryover effect. Are you asked, what do you mean by that? Can you specify that question a little bit better, please? I mean, I know there's a few of you guys in longs right now, so I mean, I pray that you guys get your long, so I won't pray for shorts right now, but this is where I would short though, this area. Manny, yeah, that 88 area. So I chart my support and resistance on multiple time frames, and that was just one of the time frames that I liked as a support and resistance as I looked at the larger time frames and was doing my chart analysis. That's the reason why I was there. What's going on, Stuart? Bass Trades, good to see you, man. how you guys come together as a group of streamers. I basically we were all mastermind students of Rake Trades. So when Rake Trades gave me a call, I was like, yeah, no brainer, man. It was actually perfect timing. I was after my record year last year. I was thinking about how I want to go about my year this year, and I decided that, you know what, I honestly I don't find just trading by myself fulfilling. I like helping people. It's just my thing. So I figured, you know what, I'm gonna kind of go down that path, which is the reason why this year I'm focusing so much more on like education and mentorship and those kind of things, right? Because I do find that more fulfilling. It's the same reason why I like doing business consulting with restaurants, right? So when he called me, he's like, hey, would you be interested in doing this? Like, I got this big vision, this big idea. And I said, buddy, man, you like, Rake, you called me at the right time. He called me literally when I was at the airport about to head on vacation with my family to Asia. And I said, you know what, I have to take this call. And I'm glad I took the call because, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even be here. I wouldn't be doing this 11 weeks in and streaming and chatting with you guys if it wasn't for him. So yeah, that's how we kind of came together. As he says, he assembled the Avengers. Legacy account on Apex. I don't know, man. I haven't looked into too much detail on the Apex legacy account, but it's interesting that they're bringing it back. Yeah, Rake does the New York Open. I don't do the New York Open. As someone new to trading, I would say that every market condition is different. And so, you know, I think you asked a really great question there. You know, the question about, as a new trader, is this a difficult time to be learning how to trade? It is so subjective, right? Like, if you have prior history and you're learning now, you might think so because you are looking at the lens of the way the market was before and then now. But this is really the big reason why I always say that unless you've been a trader for 5-6+ years and you've been consistent all those years, you can't really say that you're a phenomenal trader. And the reason why I say that is because the market conditions and the market cycles, they change so often, right? And so if we're not, if we ourselves are not actually, you know, going through the motion of it all and actually experiencing it, it's hard to know whether or not you're actually capable of navigating the charts during the different periods of time, right? So, but yeah, I mean, it's a lot more volatile these days, so I could see why it'd be very difficult for a lot of you guys. By the way, we that bounce that we just had as well, and I didn't really mention this earlier, but you can see here we bounced nicely off the 2-minute trigger line on the FF indicator there. That was the bounce earlier that we just had before we started moving back up again. Yeah, we're Project 365. So Rake Trades Network is the whole network for Project 365, but I'm one of 5 hosts. Fluba. Yeah, man, I've been enjoying it, man. I love driving stick. It just feels great. And like with Japanese cars, you can rev the crap out of those things, man. Sounds so great when you can like rev that like 6,000-7,000 RPM. Do I look at the 3-minute bar to enter trades? No, I don't. I look at the 2, the 5, and the 15. I come online 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. How do I know where to anchor my VWAP? That's a very subjective question. It depends on how you trade. Buggy, you want to talk? Absolutely. Feel free, man. You can also hit me up on my DMs on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram link here for you guys so you guys can follow along if you guys are newer. I mainly talk about trading, but I also talk a lot about food and restaurants just because it's my profession. Yeah, I don't know much about the legacy accounts. I know that's the second question that's asked me about, man. I'm not too sure, man. I haven't looked into it enough to really give an opinion. Yeah, Sempify. You and I both. But we got some boys here that are in longs looking for 850 or 860, so. Amun, I was at SFU today. Dean Alberti, no, I don't trade ICT. I have nothing against it. I just don't trade it. I have a couple of students that trade ICT styles, and they're killing it. They're killing it, man. I always say, by the way, some of you guys who are new on stream right now, you can have any strategy you want as long as you are capable of being disciplined to follow, execute, and find a consistent track record with it. That's all that really matters in the end of the day. Could I analyze gold on the 1 minute time frame? I don't trade the 1 minute time frame, so I couldn't speak to that. Jeremy, you're still in ES longs. Crazy. Hopefully you've got a decent price target that's gonna make sense for you. Zach, thanks for answering those questions. No revenge trade or yeah. Oh, that's what you meant, Randy. Yeah, no, I don't. I'm not phased by it. That's why. That's also the reason why I don't like copy trading, because normally the only reason why I'm kind of like, you know, making peace with that trade that I took that I lost earlier on the copy trade accounts, because I know normally with the accounts that I really cherish, like my take profit traders, I don't usually copy trade those, right? And those are the accounts that matter the most. By the way, guys, I don't know if you guys are in Vancouver, you guys have ever had like Paragon tea, man? They have like some like solid matchas. My wife was very nice enough to actually make this for me tonight, so I get to stay hydrated and caffeinated. What number is your record year? I'm gonna just, you know what? I'm gonna put my YouTube link there, and you guys can hop on my YouTube and you guys can check. I did a whole year-end recap video on my last year, so, but it was good. It was a good year. My last year basically beat out every single year in my trading career combined. When would I look to short this? Oh, we might be able to, man. There's 2 minutes left to this 15-minute bar. Like I said, I want to break structure, right? So let me just remove this box so it's not in the way, guys. Like as of right now, you can see that we're still kind of trending upwards, right? Ideally, I'd like us to break the floor here. I'd like for us to close beneath, right? Ideally, the best case scenario, because of the amount of buying that we keep getting here, ideally we'd want to see some sort of like something like that, essentially. We'll wait for now though, man. Dice. No. This is not. I just had that forecaster up because I was preparing for a short trade. Unless you're referring to my Alpha Futures account earlier. That one, yeah, I got stopped out. That was a different trade. TML, you can hear that? Thank you, Zach. My man, you're the best. Yeah, the Akatsuki. When I actually move to my new home in the future, I actually already have a full vision of what I'm going to do. I've been eyeing the Akatsuki Secret Labs stand-up desk. I've been eyeing that thing for so long. If I actually make the move officially and all that stuff, I'm definitely going to buy that as part of my setup. No, the tea's not bad. The tea's not bad, man. It's matcha and milk. JTP, no problem, man. No problem. Hope you're doing well, by the way, brother. Real and profit. Good to see you. Oh. All right. What's gold doing, by the way, too? Is gold doing anything? Gold's also just... That's abysmal. This is why I made the comment, man. I don't know how price is going to be like tonight. Like, unless you're in a position, it's like... not exactly great to hop into anything at the moment. YNG, you absolutely don't have to. I mean, I hop on these streams because even in general, when the market's moving well, I usually generally have the slower session. So I engage and I chat with the gang. There's a lot of traders here who have never traded in their life. So if we can help someone along the way, absolutely, man. I have never, Amin. I've never met any of the other guys. I'm pretty actually like reserved, like the fact it's funny for me to say this because obviously I'm streaming now, right? But before this whole streaming thing, I was very private about my life actually. So I don't interact with a lot of people. I know a lot of you guys see me as just a trader because that's what you know me as. But majority of the people that know me actually know me for my business acumen. And that's actually where I spend majority of my time. So I actually network more on the entrepreneurial side of people than I do with the trader side. So like whenever Rick does this next live event, if I have the chance to attend, that'll probably be my biggest trading networking event I've ever done. The Home Depot, the house plant. Yeah, man, I do. So like very similar to like the mastermind levels, it really depends, right? Like obviously at some point, if we feel like the levels are no longer relevant anymore, then we'll change it up. But for as long as I feel that they are still being respected, I will keep it on the chart. Yeah, we're holding this area, man. This is one of those things where I'm like, I don't know, do I want to take a short trade and then just move my stop loss to a higher point, and then if I get stopped out, I get stopped out. The problem is that the stop loss point is quite high for me. Like I can go for a 1R, or maybe a 2R, maybe I guess would be. Like here. I can take the stab here. Again, this is very premature. That's the only reason why I don't want to take it. It's a very premature one. Just trying to see. We'll go for 1.5 hour short here. Alex Porter, my man. Do you recognize what I'm using right now? My man, Alex Porter. Do you recognize what I'm using right now, by the way? I'm trialing it live on stream right now. We'll see how it works. What up, Erwin? Good to see you, man. Kamya, good to see you. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've never been to a networking event, Amen. I mean, I think just like in any kind of corporate environment, the networking is about building relationships and learning and growing and developing as a group, right? What kind of food do I like? Oh man, I don't want to butcher your name. Prathshima. I eat all kinds of food, man. I love food. As long as the food is not moving on my plate, I'll eat it. Nice, Zach. Nice. What's good, motive? Oh, I definitely missed that question. Adam, I would prefer select plan. Sorry. Yeah, I would prefer, wait. It's the flex. I would prefer the flex over the daily payout. Based on like the potential of how much you can take out of that account versus a daily. Oh, damn, TG Cyrus, man. Sorry to hear, man. Just don't FOMO, though. Don't FOMO into a trade, though. I'm going against the grain, man. I'm counter trending a trade right now. For all the guys who are new here, I always say this on stream as well. Counter trend trades are the highest risk trades to take. They are the lowest probability of success. So if it doesn't work, not too surprised. Hand of God, I work with entrepreneurs within the restaurant industry. So I personally don't have a brand, but I work with brands that I do. So it's kind of like if you had, whether it's like you had a restaurant already and you want to learn to scale your business further, like infrastructure wise and process and framework, I can do that. Or maybe you're a person who's a great chef, you've got a great idea, but you have no idea how to run a business. That's kind of where I come in. So it just depends on where you're at in life. It's kind of where I play in that. Hot pot kind of. I enjoy hot pot. I enjoy it. Yeah. My biggest loss in options. What was it? I want to say it was like, was it 10K? I'd have to double check. I'd have to look back. I'm honestly, my numbers are quite mixed up now because it's been a little while. Like I haven't had a big loss on options in a very long time. Yeah, I'm actually just trying to think about it. I'd have to look at my trading calendar, man. I don't know. I honestly can't come up with it off the top of the dome here. Yeah, Britt Martin, man. 1-hour trades is pretty much how I get over the intraday trailing drawdown. There's no other way, in my opinion. Oh, TG Cyrus, man. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Hand of God, my biggest win, that I remember. I mainly remember that because I talked about that a lot before. On small caps, back when I used to trade small cap stock, I actually took the same trade that Stock Market Wolf took all those years ago. I think it was in 2021 or 2022. It was HKD. And so that small cap stock, I made $23,000 on that trade. That was my biggest small cap stock trade. And that was within my first year of trading too, which is why it was such a big deal. And although that sounds like a very big number, to be honest, I left a lot on the table on that trade. And that's more so because as a newer trader, I didn't want to be so greedy about it. But also the stock that I'm referring to right now, that's also the record trade that Stock Market Wolf took at that time. That was the first time he had ever hit $1 million on small cap stocks. So I made 23,000, but he made $1 million. So I think actually that small cap stock was also bigger than my it was bigger than my options trading. Futures wise though, I don't remember it. I have to take a look at my trader stats actually to kind of figure out what that was. Let me just double check. I'm gonna log into my trader stats here. I don't actually remember. But my biggest day ever, I did actually in December of last year. It wasn't the biggest trade, but it was the biggest day. Just because I had traded a few things. Let's see. Okay, I did beat that. So my biggest, and I'll screen share this. My biggest day was in December, so I'm going to screen share this. This is December of last year. My biggest day is right here on the 18th. December 18th was my biggest day ever. That was a $24,000 day on futures. That's because that was the day that I had 2 different accounts with like a banger of a trade. My strat, Jesse, I'm a price action trader. I use market structure levels. So yeah, support and resistance, you can say that, right? Dennis, first and foremost, shout out to Dennis in the chat. He's got $2,600 in profit. He's working his way. He wants to ask, what should he do about his payout? You're asking me personally, I would take any payout I can in the first bit. And the reason why is for 2 reasons. One, it builds the confidence, right? It builds the confidence. The second reason is because you're investing so much into these accounts. If you at least you pay yourself a little bit, it helps wipe out some of the debt that you're spending and buying these evaluations and all that. So at least you don't feel like crap, you know what I mean? So I definitely would recommend you take it. Even if you get a little bit, $100, $200, something, you know, take it so that at least covers a little bit of your mentals, right? Yeah, restaurants are not easy. My single-handed like success story with one of my clients here is that when I met him, he had about like 8 or 9 restaurants, give or take, and now he's at 24 restaurants across the province. And probably within the next year or two, he'll probably be at 50 restaurants and he'll be across the country. So it's been exciting stuff. Oh, we have 200 thumbs up already. Okay, let me just clear out all these questions really quickly here, and then I will do the giveaway, guys. Okay? I just realized that there is 200 thumbs up already. Thanks, guys. I appreciate the love, gang. I do. I prefer futures over options because it's easier. Miz, that's awesome. Congrats, man. First payout for Miz. Honestly, TG Cyrus, for as long as prop firms are around, I will always trade prop firms. I will never walk away from them. It's just no brainer. You got leverage. Why not, man? Yeah, Jesse, man. There is such thing as winning too early. You win too early, it can totally wreck your mentals too. No problem, Adam. Yeah, Forex, 100%. 100%. You either do that or you take 1R. It's one or the other. Right on. Bobby Lee, what's up, man? I trade strictly prop firms now, Amin, just because I can only dedicate so much my mental resource and time resource to all this stuff. So I just stick to futures, and that's pretty much it. And prop firms, sorry, I should say. That's right, JTP. That's right. Take them payouts. You got this, Wilson. Every single prop firm is different. So if you have a very specific prop question, especially things like that, you definitely want to hit up their customer service. Okay, this will be the last question I'll answer for now, and just so I can get the giveaway going for you guys. So the question is, what is your #1 prop firm that you prefer? So I am maxed out with 5 prop firms already, so I can't trade those anymore. But back in the day, my go-tos were Lucid and Tradeify. I enjoyed them a lot. I actually had Top Step at one of the top of the list for me back in the day, but then they started nerfing their accounts, so they like definitely much further down the ladder for me now. But these days, even though I can't trade with them, I would say Lucid, Tradeify, amazing. Even my fund of futures is freaking amazing. I think great prop firms. I had great experiences with all of them though. Like all the prop firms I've maxed out with, I've had good experience with Funded Futures family, my Funded Futures, Tradeify, Lucid, Apex. I've had good experience with all of them. So I don't have a lot of bad things to say, to be honest. I find that for new traders, Lucid is probably one of the best ones just because of their flex plans. Their flex plans are the closest thing to trading a personal account as far as like basically no rules, which is why I prefer them. Otherwise, today I like Take Profit Trader the most just because it works for what I'm looking for when I'm trading. That's why I like it personally. Yeah, but soon to be, there'll be more prop firms coming up here soon, so there'll be a lot more other ones that we can talk about. But I will answer more of these questions later on. I owe you guys a giveaway right now, and I want to get there. Man, there's 490 of you guys here. Welcome to Project 365, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me, man. Much love to you guys. My name's Azheng Trades, by the way. If you guys want to see the chart review, you scroll back to like first 20 minutes in. That's when I did the chart review for NQ and gold. But then now I'm just I'm in the trade, having conversations, engaging the group here, just because I know you guys got a lot of questions. But I'm gonna do the giveaway here because I don't want to keep you guys. And then while I do the giveaway, I'm gonna try to answer the questions that you guys have for me there. So, oh, I should probably type this out as well. So to participate in giveaway, drop a thumbs up and type and that into the chat. All right. How do you feel about take profit with being able to pull out anything over the buffer? I love it. That's why I trade with them, man. Down bad management. It's ROI, man. Well, for me, it just makes no sense. I can spend what, $2,000 and buy like 10 accounts, and I can range those accounts all the way to like $50,000 in payouts. Like, it just makes no sense. I don't mind trading personal, but for as long as prop firm exists, it makes no sense for me not to trade them. Dean Albardi, hey man, all good, all good. If we keep going higher, we keep going higher. I currently don't have Bookmap integrated into my trading yet, so I wouldn't be able to see whatever it is that you're looking at the moment. So if I get stopped out, all good, man. I dump tops up on Tuesday, forget them. Good company. The platform is... Yeah, I know. I hear you, man. How do you get maxed out with the props? Don't they move you to live eventually? Sleepy Time Vibes, it's probably your first time here, but based on where I am located in Vancouver, Canada, I can't move live with prop firms just because I think there's like a policy issue with a lot of the props. But yeah, if you're in any other part of the world, though, absolutely. By the way, if you can get to 350 thumbs up, I will do another giveaway. With 500 of you guys on here, absolutely no reason why we can't hit that number. Just for those guys who are kind of hopping on right now and kind of wondering about the short, like I said, when I entered the short, it is a premature short because we haven't broken structure. The most ideal situation for a short is for us to break the structure and then have a retest for shorts. So my entry is very much an aggressive one, and I recognize that, hence why I made that comment earlier on. I just like the area that we're in for shorts is all. I already capitalized on the long trade on NQ earlier today as I played the retracement up.
But the echoes seem
15 seconds, and then we're going to do the giveaway, gang.
feel the beat, let it flow like a sunset. Go feel the beat, let it grow into
Oh, stop lost. Nice job to those who caught the longs, though, off that bounce. All right, we're going to announce the giveaway here. J King 17, are you here? J King 17. All right. Shoot me a DM on Instagram, my friend. And I will, after the stream is over, I will send you the details for this giveaway.
but the echoes never stray. Feel the beat, let it flow
Awesome. JK's, congrats, man. Congrats. Are we at 350 thumbs up yet? We're not? All right, I can't do the next giveaway yet, man. We need 13 more thumbs up. There's like 500 you guys. Come on. Come on. Don't be stingy with those thumbs up, guys.
Rain on the window, soft and slow. Coffee steam, the city glows. Every breath, a memory flows, and I just let it go. You and I, we fade in gray. Time dissolves.
Solid move to the upside, guys. Solid move. Oh. 350 thumbs up. Oh, nice. Let's do another giveaway, guys. Whenever you guys are ready, let's do another one. We got to 450 thumbs up. We'll do another one. If you guys are asking any questions, by the way, I won't be able to answer them when we're doing this giveaway just because chat's being spammed at the moment. Anyone else? Actually, you know what? I can't even ask this question. I'll wait until the giveaways done before I ask the question. All right, we're gonna pick the next giveaway, guys. So hey, no more spamming, guys. No more spamming. We're gonna pick the giveaway. Night Trader 007. Are you here? Night Trader 007. Night Trader 007. You guys gotta stop spamming the chat, guys. Night Trader 007, are you here? Nice. Hit up my DMs, Night Trader, on my Instagram. And after the stream is over, I will send you the code. I will send you the code. I'm gonna update my tracker here, actually. Nice. Alrighty. What are we at now? 384 thumbs up. What are the chances we hit 450 tonight, guys? What are the chances? You think we can get there tonight? I know. The short bear in all of us, eh? How else are you guys doing tonight, man? Anyone else still in longs right now? I know some of you guys were in longs earlier, and maybe you guys probably already took your profits, but anyone else still holding along at the moment? You're still in those longs, eh? Free fish tacos. What are you waiting for, by the way? Is there a target you're looking for? Ball G, my girl, let's go. Nice work. I mean, we're at a level, guys. We are at a level right now. Hey, and still, my man, you're awake. How you doing, brother? Was there a gold short to be had? Oh, they're that slow grind down from the area of interest, eh? How does someone acquire 50 restaurants? Partnerships, franchises. I'm nervous about investing in restaurants because I always hear people talking about how many restaurants fail in bankruptcy. Yeah, honestly, Aman, I would personally never invest in a restaurant that I'm not involved in, and I say that because of my experience in the restaurant industry. I wouldn't trust it if I didn't have any choice of control and decision making on where that business goes. Restaurants are low margin businesses. You honestly don't get into it because you think you're going to make lucrative money. You're not in it for that, right? You got to have a passion for what you're doing for restaurants. So yeah, I would never just blindly invest into a restaurant business. Never. And still, my man. Yeah, like Lil Joe said there, man. Unless, again, like I said, unless you are like invested in it yourself, like with your time capital, it's not worth it, man. Christopher Lee, welcome, man. Welcome. My name's Alan, man. First time here. I'm the pre-London host of Project 365. No, I do not trade the inverse fair value gap strategies. I don't trade ICT. So again, not that just because you're new here, I don't have anything against it. I just don't trade it. Aman, Boljit is absolutely super busy. Boljit, if you're still on the stream, you can totally respond back to Aman. The restaurant industry, it will take every bit of life out of you, man. It is not an easy business. Yeah, Ron. And honestly, man, it's tough because you know what? People look at restaurants. I know that there's this because in North American culture, there's the tipping culture, and in any other part of the world that doesn't exist, right? And I know a lot of people will ask things like, like I don't think it's fair. The business owner should just pay living wages, then we don't have to tip. I think there's two conversations there, right? Where it's like, I can understand if someone doesn't want to tip. I think it's crazy if you don't want to tip even a little bit. But if you don't want to tip like 20%, I totally get it. It makes sense to me. I get it, right? But if a restaurant owner paid the so-called living wage that everyone talks about, if you actually look at the financial statements, it's not possible. Like for a customer to actually want to spend money at your establishment, the cost that you would have to charge that customer would be so severe. Like even in I'll give you an example. In the fast food industry, right? In the fast food industry, after you pay all your bills and all that, your net cash flow on average is like 6 to 8%. 6 to 8%. So if you increase the wages or anything else, maybe for that matter, you're basically at a point where you're working 7 days a week mentally all the time for literally a basic working salary where you could just go work for someone else. So at that point in time as an entrepreneur, you'll feel like there's no point in operating your business, right? So again, this perspective is coming from a specific economics of where I reside in, because I've traveled around the world and the restaurant industry and all that's very different because the policies are different. Governments are obviously always imposing policies that make things look like they're helping the people, but it actually hurts the business owners even more and more and more, right? With the amount of fees and the taxes that they end up paying. So yeah, I can go on forever, but anyways, that's just that. Yeah, split striker, man. I mean, you know what it is though? Like it depends on where you are. So I kind of to your point, right? Split striker and is it Mirko Dahmen? I can't speak to the U.S. market honestly, so I won't speak on that one. But where we are economically in Canada, the amount of taxes that we pay, and then also all the fees that we pay, all the policies, all the forced things that are forced upon us, it all comes out of the entrepreneur's pocket. So to be honest, as soon as you increase it and match what is considered as the living wage, which in where we are in our city, your living wage would be about like 20 some dollars. If everyone paid that and they didn't adjust their menu prices at all, you may as well not run your business. Like, you wouldn't survive. Like, the numbers wouldn't add up. I mean, again, I know a lot of people have their opinions and thought process on this one. If I was sitting across from anyone, I'd be happy to break down the financial spreadsheets for someone to go over those details for sure. Yeah, 100%. I've traveled to Europe. I've traveled to Asia. I know tipping culture is not a thing anywhere else. No, we haven't hit 450 yet. We haven't hit 450 yet. But yeah, anyone who ever wants to chat business and chat restaurants, man, like, hit up my DMs. I'm more than happy to chat about stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know why you guys keep trying to enter. There's nothing to enter, guys. Baljeet's true, man. Baljeet's true. She knows exactly what I'm talking about. JTP, absolutely, my man. Absolutely. Hey, Arthur, man. Good to see you, man. Hopefully you're doing good, bro. Christopher Lee, I'm a price action trader. I trade price, trend lines, you know, price action, market structure, that type of stuff. As of right now, I mean, I'd be watching to see if we can hold this area. I'll just kind of draw it out here. I'd like to see if we can hold this area now for support, for like a high-low bounce is kind of what I would look for. The Home Depot plant. You're hilarious, bro. Are we at 450? Oh, nice. We'll do another giveaway then, guys. All right, let's go. Let's go again. Another round, guys. Another round. We also have a trigger line right beneath that area, though. So that's another area why it would be worth watching longs.
The quiet sound of the world just slowing down. Steps in the sand washed by the tide. You and I, nothing to hide. The city fades, the colors stay. In your eyes, I lose my way. Let the noise fall away. In this moment, we can stay. No rush, no fight, just hearts in light.
All right. There's the winner. We got a Janos Kohid. Am I butchering that name at all? Are you here? Janos Kohid? You are the winner, my friend. I've been trading for 6 years. Pause. What's price action trading? Quite literally, you trade price. You look for basically key areas on a chart and you watch how price respects and plays longs or shorts or what have you. It's a more detailed response than that, but that's just kind of the summary. I put my Instagram in the chat there, Janos. Reach out to me on Instagram, shoot me a DM, and I will send you the code after the stream. Congrats, man. Do you copy trade all at a time? No, I don't. Actually, I really didn't copy trade at all up until just recently, where I'm just trying to demonstrate a few things where I can on alpha futures, but no, I primarily do not copy trade. I don't like it personally. It's not good for my mentals. How are my trades this evening? On stream wise, it's been kind of meh. Nothing too great. I mean, I tried shorting in this area where I really thought we were gonna have some capability of shorting and caught the wrong side of that. But generally speaking, my earlier trades in Asia was good. I did trade the longs all the way up into this area, so. The way, so you guys don't keep typing in the chat. I'm just gonna delete this as well because I don't think it's likely we'll hit past the next nine anyways. Where is your family from, being Asian? I hope not as an offensive question. My family's from China. I'm born in Vancouver, Canada, though. What happens if you don't have Instagram? Then you'll have to be able to Discord me, I guess. I need some way of communication, basically. I can't trade it with Apex Price Pilot. I'm maxed out with that prop firm, so. And basically means that they've paid me everything they can, and as a person who cannot move live with that prop firm, there's not much I can do. Am I bullish or bearish? Depends on what you're referring to. Intraday wise, I have a bearish outlook actually, just because of where we are on the chart. But overall, it's a range, so I'm neither bullish nor bearish. Yeah, Arnaud, most prop firms have some inactivity rule, so I would double check, but I'm not sure though. What am I looking for London Open? I mean, it depends on how price looks like going into it. I mean, if we manage to lock in a strong 15-minute engulfing bar to the downside, then I'm definitely kind of interested in looking at some short trades possibility. But we're still uptrending here, guys. Anything you take as a short trade at this point is you're prematurely hopping into a short. Kind of like what I made the comment earlier. Thanks, Andrea. What is the purple line on my chart? Oh, sorry. Yeah, that chart. This is the FF indicator. So I got the trigger line here, and I got the trend line here. That's an FF indicator. Any advice how to go for 250 KPA accounts? What's your question, Price Pilot? What is the maximum on Apex, if you don't mind me asking? What is the max amount of money? It depends on when you kind of did your payout. So I traded under the old rules, right? So if you check out my YouTube, I posted about it before. That's where I posted my uncapped payout with Apex back when they used to offer it. I took my 50K payout. I took 6 payouts of $2,000. And then on top of that, I also took an $80,000 payout all under one trading account. So not copy trade, one trading account. So ever since then, I basically haven't been able to trade with them again because I can't buy new accounts with them anymore after getting to that stage. Hence why I'm where I am now. But I've never had issues with Apex though. The Apex has always been good to me. Bye Moose, you passed your first eval. Congratulations, man. Perdia Capital, never traded with them. I have no idea. What percentage gains do you aim average per month? None. Millionaire, I think that's the death of all traders, to be honest, to focus on a P&L number. I have no P&L numbers that I focus on. I just trade the chart, and if the chart offers me a great day, it offers me a great day. If it doesn't, then all good. Did gold rocket up? Getting a pull up there. I would see how gold reacts to that trigger line. On the 2-minute and 5-minute. I used to love Top Step. I think the Top Step X program is amazing. But yeah, no. Nowadays, I don't care for them too much anymore. I hate all the rules that they've kind of imposed on traders. It's kind of a pain in the ass, personally. I've never traded Blue Sky, so I can't speak to that. I don't copy trade, so I have no answer for that either. Free fish tacos. I think a lot of times if you guys are finding that you guys are over trading and forcing trades in the market is because there's some part of your subconscious mind that tells you that you think you can control the market and that you think that the market owes you something. Market doesn't owe you anything, man. That's a lot of times the market just shows the reflection of who you are psychologically as a person. What's the white arrow on your chart? Oh, that I'm just showing the trigger line, kind of expecting a bounce there. I don't know why you guys are typing in enter into the chat, guys. There's no sorry, I realize I have that thing there. My apologies. I'm like, why are you guys typing that right? I'm like, oh well, yeah, this is still here. Let's delete that. My apologies. Why Apex would discontinue with you? Isn't the whole idea of prop firms to continue? I get this a lot, Jason Trades, because I don't live in the States. I don't have the ability to actually go live with the prop firms, so there's no incentive for them to keep me on because I'm just basically milking them at that point. Buy Moose, yes, but because tomorrow's a holiday, I'm kind of curious if it's even gonna trigger the pass. You might not see the pass until actually Sunday Tokyo Open. No, Amin, I don't think so. There must be a policy reason why they can't do that. Hard to say, man. I don't like to speculate what each session's going to do. So at this point in time, you just trade the chart, man. You just trade the chart. No, not a dumb question, Sleepy Time. I know a lot of people ask that question. And I think that's a very valid question that people ask about whether I would ever move to another country so that I can move live. Again, as I kind of mentioned many times in many of the streams and earlier on today as well, you guys view me as Alan the trader. So you would imagine that, oh, Alan, you probably would do everything you can to uproot your life to make it so that your trading makes sense. Trading is not my main priority. I enjoy trading. I do good money trading on the markets, but I'm an entrepreneur by heart. That's what matters most to me. So I would never move for that. I wouldn't uproot my entire family just for the sake of trading. It makes no sense. How long should you take to get to a payout from a funded account? I have lucid 50 flex, 3 out of 5 winning days, but negative 226. Okay, I don't know how to say your name. I don't want to butcher your name, man. Arham Rahim. You take that for as long as you need to, my friend. There's no time slot, man. Like, you got to build up your account, and if you got to be able to take a payout, then take a payout. Any comment on YM or US 30? I personally, Millionaire, I just don't trade it because it's not something that I watch, right? Like, I look for things that actively get traded the most, and NQ, like, I trade NQ because it is very popularly traded, and a similar reason why people trade ES, right? So, and then gold would be my other asset that I trade. I don't touch YM either. Buy Moose, nothing happens to the excess. When you're trading evaluations, you're basically playing a video game, right? The moment you hit your game, the goal of the game, your game resets. So nothing happens to it. Philanthropist? No, it's specifically on it's a subscriber base. If you go on my Instagram, you can give it a 10-day free trial using the link in my link tree. And then you can play around with it if you want. You can always reach out to me on Instagram too and ask me questions about it. Guillermo? No, I trade props. I'm not on any live account at the moment. I trade personal cash when I trade options, but when it comes to futures, I trade prop moves. I know, it's fair. I mean, everyone has the same questions, right? It's very valid. That's why I said I don't mind engaging the chat. You know what it is, though? It does just show the common thought process that's out in the space, right? It makes sense. Everybody who's in our space will try to ask the similar questions. Is it bad getting a first 1K payout after spending 400 on evals? Every time I pass the evals, I blew the funded. Is it bad getting a first 1K payout? No, I'm always siding on the idea of take your payout. Always take your payout. That's my thought process. Yeah, I think when people think that like trading is their be all end all, I understand why you would think that, but no, I would never. If I was to move, I wouldn't be moving because of trading. I'd be moving because of what would make the most sense for my family, our future, and how we want to experience our day-to-day life. Buy Moose, yes. You just flip micros. What are all the parameters to look for where to take profit? Jason, Trade Hub, can you be a little bit more descriptive? That's a very broad question. Marty, what's my win rate on average? On average, probably I would say middle, sub 70 percentile. That's right, Apex did release the account. Code RAKE will get you the 90% off that legacy account. Khaled, if you've never traded options before, I strongly recommend learn futures first and then move over to options after. Options can be very difficult for a new trader. There are a lot of variables that you have to account for. How much is the activation fee for the Apex account? I actually posted it on my Instagram, actually. What did I say? Because I don't even remember. The activation fee for that legacy account is $177. Ergonomic, that's hilarious. Honestly, if I were to put FAQs on the page, I'd have like too many words. You wouldn't even be able to see the screen. Do profitable traders trade a strategy or discretion? I would like to believe every profitable trader trades with a strategy, but I mean, I can't speak for someone else. I do. How long are you trading? I'm only at his 9 months. Very hard. Maybe I respect the markets too much. I've been trading for 6 years, iCharmer. 6 years. And I'll tell you right now, even after 6 years of trading, I'm still considered a junior in the grand scheme of things. What do you think the best scaling plan is? 150k TPT over 350k Lucids? Bobby's side quest, those are two completely different types of product. One has intraday trailing that's daily, and one is not at all. So it really comes down to your trading style and what you're looking for. Intraday trailing drawdown is not for the faint of heart. Yeah, Khaled, if you're just working out, I mean, I guess I don't know why you would want to switch, but if you want to give options to try, you can. There's a lot of variables at play, though. Been getting payouts, but not sure what's the best approach to get to the next level. I mean, I guess that's the question itself, right? What do you define as the next level? What are you looking to achieve here? I'm a price action trader. Kai, sure. Levels, market structure, trends, that type of deal. What is this Apex account? The chat's talking about the legacy account that they just launched. If you check my story on Instagram, you know what I'm talking about. Ergonomic. I mean, if you wanna be my man who responds to the chat, man, power to you, brother. I mean, I think the take profit zones, Jason, should be part of your trading strategy, would be my answer, right? Like when you take your trades with your entries, your stop loss, and your exits, why are you trading that? Like, what's the plan? So when I find that when people say, I don't know when I should take my profit or how long can I hold the trade for, you guys got to realize that your trading strategy is dependent on that, right? So it's like, what are you looking for? Is it a specific candle? Is it an EMA? Like, your strategy technically decides where you take profit. Balkis, no trade ideas. I don't know when you hopped into the stream, but I did my trade review like an hour and 20 minutes ago. You can absolutely make it on your own, but if you here's my thought process on prop firm trading, right? If you're learning to ride a bike for the first time and you have the options to use a training wheel for a 3-year-old child, would you not want to use the training wheels, right? That's how I look at prop firms, right? You have an opportunity to spend what, $50, $100 on an account that you can scale into thousands of dollars versus trading your own cash. If you can't trade a flex account with Lucid, for example, which basically has no rules, it's the closest thing to a live account. If you can't make it with that, what makes you think that you're not going to be able to trade with your own capital, right? So that's completely up to you to decide that. I mean, if you don't think it's a good analogy, you could provide a better one. I'm just saying that it makes no sense for you not to leverage prop firms if it's there for you. How can you find out what's the issue in how you trade? Journal. Almost every student that I meet with, they don't journal, and that's your problem, right? If you're not journaling, you don't know what you're doing, right? There's no track record or statistic on how you're doing as a trader. Are not Prunier. I think your comment suggests that every child development is the same. I think that there's a lot of different learning patterns for children, especially if kids could have autism and stuff like that too. The learning sequence of things isn't always going to be the same, hence my comment about the training wheels. You can learn trading from hopping on these streams. You can watch YouTube videos. There's a lot of free content on YouTube as well, right? You can join Rake Trade's Discord, right? There's mastermind content there. Work with a mentor. Balls in your court. Completely up to you, whatever works best, man. Guillermo, 100%, man. 100%. I agree with you, man. Nice, nice. Oh no, don't worry, entrepreneur. I don't take offense. I'm just letting you know that I think that we shouldn't assume that everyone can learn in that way. Like for me, why I've been successful in my career and business and restaurants and all that is because I work with all kinds of people, diversity from race and ethnicity. I've worked with different kinds of individuals when it comes to the mental capacity of their learning capabilities. So I know that it's not a one size fits all for anyone. And that's honestly why I believe that in life, one of the things that I could say I specialize in is education, because I don't come to you and say, here's how the world needs to work, and this is the world you need to operate within. I'm the individual that comes to you and say, what do you think your strengths and weaknesses are? Let's figure out what those things are, and let's build a learning and educational culture around what it is that you do, right? So that's where my comment comes from, Arnaud. It's not that I take offense to your comment. It's just because I have a much broader picture of what education means for a lot of people. Do you always have a fixed RR? I guess so in some way. I'm always kind of shooting for 1 to 2 R. So I guess in some way I am, yeah. If the market offers a bigger move, I'll take the bigger move, don't get me wrong. But it depends on the given day. Negative risk ratio. I mean, you know, in a prop firm world, negative R strategies could work. It's not my cup of tea. I think that if you were using like a scalping strategy and you were using negative R, I can understand. If you're using negative R to hold it onto a trade, I don't know if that really makes sense again. But again, in the prop firm world, you could totally do it. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to do it with your own cash, because you would never trade a negative trade with your own personal cash. It would make no sense. Trading psychology, resources, honestly, just books, man. Like I find that's the reason why I coach trading, right? And I coach in business, because books will give you the theoreticals, but unless you can self-reflect, self-diagnose, take the theoretical knowledge from a book and apply it to your day-to-day life, which most people can't do that. Sometimes even reading books aren't a lot, but I would say read books, listen to audiobooks. There's a lot of good content out there for free. Ms. Zoo rips. Yeah, man, it's true, man. People degen all the time. What's up, Alex? Not much, not much. I haven't took an L earlier. I tried shorting back here. I had some areas that I was kind of watching for, but the strength I'm buying today has been pretty strong. Before the stream, I took a long trade, caught the retracement up, so that was good. But yeah, kind of where I'm at the moment. I don't trade news, no. I think news is very gambling-like because I have no edge in that arena. Daniel, I've technically been profitable since year 1, but I would say that I didn't really know what I was doing though consistently until about year 3. NQ does look like it's starting to, you know, die out here, but we technically, again, we haven't broken structure really yet. We're now testing this support area that we talked about earlier. No, this is a trigger line. We got the trigger line and we got the trend line on the chart. This is a custom indicator from it's something that I subscribe to. Futures Duck, what's up, man? What's my bias right now? I mean, I'm looking for a short. That's really what I'm looking for. We've retraced already a little bit more than 50% of the move that we took from New York session. So I am looking for shorts, but we're still trending right now, so it's a little tough. Andrea, Yeah, I think that is it. I think that it's like a hybrid approach. I was actually just talking about this with the person I met at university today, where I said that in the modern age, I think it's good that you learn how to use all the technology around you to work smarter. But I think what a lot of people have kind of lost touch with is the work ethic that goes behind it, right? The patience, the studying. Because I think that when you can carry both sides of it, that's when you're going to be able to be the most successful doing so. Because yeah, I work with a lot of like youth development, and like that's where I see a lot of the gaps are. The instant gratification, the access to free information, all of that stuff, right? So you can't see what I'm pointing to. What do you mean? I'm not pointing to anything. I was just talking about this earlier. You should be able to see my cursor on the screen, guys. Well, what I mean by the 3-year mark is because like I was trading and I thought I knew what I was doing, but I knew what I knew is kind of the idea. And this is kind of the idea. This is similar to like when I talk about the business, right? You don't know what you don't know. Now that I know what I know about how to read bar by bar, time frame analysis, market structure, all the stuff that I know today, it's hard for me to look back and be like, oh yeah, I knew what I was doing before. Now that I know what I know, I would look back at my old self and be like, man, Alan, you were gambling. So because I'm not looking to long this. I'm all for taking long trend trades, but on the larger time frames, we're ranging right now. So I don't feel confident about continuously longing into this right now. Hence why I'm not interested in longs. Nice, Baljeet. Way to go. What, the green line hugging the lows? I don't know which green line you're talking about. Does resetting your account on TPT not change the renewal date for the subscription? I don't know. I've never reset an account on TPT before, so I'm not sure. Yeah, Andrea. I mean, this is where the coaching comes in, right? I think it's like the resource and technology is exactly that, right? It's a resource, right? And I think the better that we can leverage that while still obviously improving our own self-development, the stronger of a person we're going to become in all facets of life, right? But yeah, I think when we become too reliant on one thing only and not work on ourselves, it becomes more of a problem. Thoughts on gold? So gold is starting to kind of break back above the trigger line here. We should have a resistance in this area at the moment, just based on support flip resistant. So we'll see if we can break out of it. If we break out of it, I'd like to see a break and retest of that support resistance. 4187-ish, 4188, give or take. That's a trigger line, Eye Charmer. That's a trigger line. There was no way that I could have shortened my learning curve. The only thing that could have shortened my learning curve, Kai Shore, is working with someone directly. Like I took the mastermind with Rig Trades 3 years ago, right? That's kind of essentially what curbed my learning significantly. But that's also why, as an educator in the business space, why I focus on education and coaching in the trading space as well, because a lot of the things that you don't know, you're either gonna pay the market tuition or you're gonna pay the tuition towards education. It's one way or the other, right? It's whichever you decide. I actually do sometimes. I talk to some people. There's some people who reach out to me asking for help and support, but they're not obviously willing to pay for my time. Which again, I would never force it upon them either, because if you're not in a good position, you're not good in position. But I always find it interesting when people come to me and say, I can't spend money on your time, but they come back to me a month later, and then a month later again, and then a month later again, telling me how many thousands of dollars they've blown on accounts. So it just tells me a lot of times that people are just, can be skeptical of spending money on time, but also I think that they're just not in this space for the right reason. So it's a little bit of everything, right? There is a lot of free content on the space though, guys. I mean, like just even me chatting with you guys here, it's a lot of like free education for you guys already. Good afternoon from Tokyo. Oh, Musashi from Tokyo. I miss Japan, man. I haven't been there in a long time. I'm hoping to visit your country in the next year. Was Jake's mastermind helpful? Oh, absolutely. As a trader that didn't really know much about what was going on, it was very helpful. I trade minis, Marty. I trade minis. What's up, Trade Wop? Good to see you, man. I don't mind going long on gold if it presents itself, but as you can kind of see here, we are resisting the support flip resistance. This was like the last support area, right? So we're kind of resisting that area at the moment. So we shall see. How much is your time worth? Is that like a generic question, or is that like a specific to coaching day trading? Oh, for trading one. Oh, sorry. I'm reading down the chat. I'm seeing your question now. Yeah, reach out to my DMs, man. Like, I don't ever want to quote a number because depending on when you reach out to me in time, like even some of the students that I work with now, right? Some of them remember reaching out to me from like a year ago. And then when they reach out to me now, they're like, oh man, it costs more to spend time with you now than before. I'm like, well, yeah, because I have less time as I take on more students, right? So it's gonna change here and there. But no matter what, though, the rate that I charge for trade coaching is actually much cheaper than what I charge for business, because in the business world, I definitely do a lot more. But I also understand that my audience that I work with is different. Like a retail trader is most likely just someone who's working 9 to 5 or whatever it may be, whereas an entrepreneur coming to me for help is likely going to be taking a bigger bank loan or whatever that may be. So like the financial situation is completely different. In terms of the trigger line, that's on my link tree on my Instagram. Just pop onto my Instagram there and you'll be able to see it in the link tree. You can actually do like a 10-day free trial. A lot of interview questions for Alan, but not about the trade. Are you guys from prop firms? Kaitsu, is that question for me? Are you asking if I'm from prop firms? Sorry, I wasn't really too sure if I knew what that question meant. Thanks, Motive. I appreciate it. Yeah, Musashi, man, you have a beautiful country, man. The last time my wife and I went there, we went to Tokyo, we went to Kyoto, and we went to Hakone. Thanks, Miz. We're now kind of testing on gold. We're testing the 2-minute trigger line at the moment. So if there was an attempt for longs and you want to keep a tight stop loss, this could be it. But it's a big could though, man. Big could. Whose basement are you in? Basement? No one's basement. What kind of question is that? You've been in Shanghai for the past 19 years. That's crazy. Families in a small village called Enping. Daniel, is that a question? I'm not really too sure at Arnaud. I'm not too sure, actually. I actually just visited them for the first time ever in the spring of this year. But I don't know whereabouts that is actually on the geographical map. I think it is south, though. Because I basically took a train from Hong Kong. And then we took a train there, and then we drove after that. So, yeah. I think Lucid. I would say Lucid's a really good prop firm. But Lucid and Tradeify are probably two really good ones that I would recommend. Really? You probably can't see it. That's not a small window, guys. You guys just got to realize that window is being covered by a 50-inch TV at the moment. I'm actually on the second floor of my house. Hey, shout out to Wego. That's awesome, man. Congratulations, man. Really happy for you, man. That's amazing. That's the stuff. That's exactly why we do this. That's exactly why we do this, guys. Yeah, I think some instruments can. I think that some instruments move at a much more volatile rate, much more violent. Um, I find that gold is actually a pretty. If you can trade micros, obviously don't trade the mini. If you trade like micros for gold, so MGC, it can be quite nice to trade once it establishes a trend. I find that gold is one of those assets that when it trends, it trades well. The market should close, I believe, at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I believe, but don't quote me on that. If you go on any of the prop firm Discords, though, I'm sure it'll share with you those informations. 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So that's like 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, if that's the case. Gold's holding the 2-minute trigger line right now. If you were shorting on NQ right now, for example, basically your stop loss would want to be around 863. And the only reason, and I say only, right, if the short was taking place here, is because you're trying to see if you can get a support flip resistance to go down. But we are holding on to a prior higher high right now. So that's what makes it super, super dicey. But yeah, man, I mean, it's midnight already, guys. Thanks for hanging, guys, today. I know we didn't really get much the chance to trade much today. The market's been very slow. Anyone who caught longs in the early stages and held on to it, that's amazing, obviously, right? I cut my longs at like 29,770 area, which was still a pretty solid long move to the upside. But yeah, I'm not too looking for a long trade at this current moment in time. Just because of we are in this area where I normally would have wanted to short, even though I know my short trade earlier did not work out. Yeah, I just don't feel good about it. So it's one of those things where it's like I want to short, but it doesn't feel good yet. But I don't feel comfortable longing either. So it's one of those moments where you just walk away, right? So, but yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in tonight. For those who are in the U.S., happy 4th of July early, right? Enjoy your long weekend and stay safe out there. Anyone who's going to watch the FIFA game, I know that there's gonna be a couple gains lined up for the week here. So yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much it, guys. Appreciate it, guys. You guys have a wonderful night, and I will respond back to the guys who won their giveaways, and I'll shoot them a DM. But it's good to see you guys, man.